It is absolutely not a sin to brutalize people with the truth. In fact, that's expected for preachers of righteousness. There are multiple examples in the New Testament of people giving brutal rebukes, both in public and in private. Famously, Jesus in Matthew chapter 23. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye are like unto whited sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bones and of all uncleanness. Jesus himself called people names. Clutch your pearls, sinners. Ye serpents, ye generation of vipers, how can ye escape the damnation of hell? Jesus did not pull any punches. O generation of vipers, how can ye, being evil, speak good things? For out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaketh. Consistently, Jesus calls sinners names. Wah. And not just Jesus, also John the Baptist, Luke 3:7. But when he saw many of the Pharisees and Sadducees come to his baptism, he said unto them, O generation of vipers, who hath warned you to flee from the wrath to come? And in Luke 3:7, then said he to the multitude that came forth to be baptized of him, O generation of vipers, who hath warned you to flee from the wrath to come? Also Paul, Acts 23:3, then said Paul unto him, God shall smite thee, thou whited wall, for sittest thou to judge me after the law, and commandest me to be smitten contrary to the law? Serpents, vipers, whited sepulchres, whited walls, you see a theme here. And the next verse says, And they that stood by said, Revilest thou God's high priest? Then said Paul, I wist not, brethren, that he was the high priest. For it is written, Thou shalt not speak evil of the ruler of thy people. So he wasn't even upset that he called him a name, except for the fact that he was the high priest. Preachers of righteousness call people names all the time. Get over it. And in a private letter to Timothy, Paul says, Holding faith and a good conscience, which some, having put away concerning faith, have made shipwreck. Of whom is Hymenaeus and Alexander, whom I have delivered unto Satan, that they may learn not to blaspheme. Now, denominational sinners and wimpy milquetoast know-nothings might accuse Paul here of gossiping, because he was saying this privately to Timothy. But that's not what gossip is. Gossip is lying about somebody behind their backs to paint them in the worst light possible. Saints speak in truth, and truth can never be evil. And he does this again in 2 Timothy. Alexander the coppersmith did me much evil. The Lord reward him according to his works. Of whom be thou ware also, for he hath greatly withstood our words. So not only does Paul badmouth people to their faces, he also does it in private to fellow saints. There is nothing wrong with this behavior, because saints always operate in truth and we tell it like it is. If that offends you, suck it up, clutch your pearls, get converted, and go and sin no more.